Do you know that 95% of your day-to-day activity is controlled by your subconscious mind, and only 5% are controlled by your conscious mind? And that means if your life is not what you want it to be, it's because of your subconscious beliefs. Your subconscious beliefs is the culprit. Your subconscious beliefs is the reason you are experiencing what you are experiencing, whether that be good, bad, or indifferent. The subconscious doesn't separate between things. It always gives you what you consent to be true about yourself and about your world. This is something good and scary at the same time, because sometimes we don't know that we believe in things that are not serving us at all. And this is why in this video I want to make sure that you guys understand that once you change your mind, you change your beliefs, you unwire the old programming, and you rewire new programs into your subconscious mind, your whole life will change. And I don't mean it figuratively, I mean it literally. I will say things in this video that will make you comprehend and get the idea of how to actually make your life a much more better life. Because in this video, I'm going to tell you 3 things that you should do in order to reprogram your subconscious mind so efficiently to the point that you won't need any video after that. You won't need any books. You won't need to waste your time nor your money to reprogram your subconscious mind. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. And the number 1 thing that I want you to do is identifying where is the lack in your life. When you look around you and you find that you are lacking financially, or in the relationships you feel like you are always falling into the same trap, you are always attracting similar people but in different faces, like you are attracting the same relationship over and over again but with different people. So the names are changing, but the relationship is the same. When you are identifying the problem, you are looking at yourself in the mirror, because the world will only reflect back to you what you consent to be true about yourself and about your world, whether that be consciously or unconsciously. But most likely, because you are always asking, why is this happening to me? Then it is unconscious. It is in the subconscious beliefs of your life. So if you are struggling financially, maybe in your childhood, you saw things or heard things that made it that way for you, that rewired your subconscious mind to believe in a certain way of living. Maybe you believe that money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe you believe that money is hard to obtain. Maybe you believe that it is not easy to make money. But the truth of the matter is this: we've always been taught that money needs to be worked for and worked so hard for. And the truth of the matter is, it can work that way, but you can make it even better when you combine your work ethic with your subconscious beliefs. So you are attracting things to you, attracting opportunities. Doors will be open up to you. Doors will be just in front of you, and all you have to do is just go through them. All you have to do now is reprogram your mind, because if you are struggling financially, it is something in your beliefs that are keeping you away from the abundance. Or if you are always attracting toxic people and you are always in that loop of getting your heart broken, then this is an indication that you are actually believing in something, or you experienced something in your childhood, or maybe in your adulthood. You experienced something that changed you forever, because all it takes is one trauma. And once the trauma is there, everything around you will reflect that trauma back to you, because you emotionally reacted to that. And this is why we always say that feeling is the secret, because what you consent to be true about your world, you will experience. So that is the very first thing that you need to identify. Where is the problem? What are the things that I am lacking in? What is it? Financially, maybe in terms of relationships, friendships, whatever it might be. Look around you and see what are the things that you don't feel actually so good about. You don't feel well about being broke. You don't feel well about being always anxious about the people around you. So identify this. And once you identify this, we will jump to point 2. And that is reacting differently to the circumstances around us. Once you react differently to the people around you, to the circumstances around you, you will signal to the subconscious mind that you are a new person. And the subconscious mind is programmable, which means that if there is a program there, you can uninstall it. You can uninstall it and reinstall a new program that is more congruent with the reality that you want. You might be thinking that Isn't it the Matrix? Yes, we live in a matrix. Yes, we live in a simulation. And yes, this is a hologram. As within, so without. Once you change what you feel internally, the outer world will change. So the very first thing that we did, we identified the problem. The second thing is we are now becoming more aware of the triggers that are triggering us every time. Maybe someone cuts you off while you are driving. Instead of cussing and swearing and all that, you catch yourself like, hey, I will react right now, but I will react differently. Maybe he's in a rush. Maybe there is something that he is so in rush to get to, and maybe, just maybe, he's so late to the point that he would do anything to go to his place. Once you do that, you are reacting differently. You are not letting your subconscious behavior go out and just keeping you stuck in a loop, because your feelings will always attract similar situations. If you are feeling angry, more things will be attracted to you to make you more angry. If you are feeling abundant, more things that will make you feel abundant will come to your life. This is just how it works. So this is the second thing that you need to be aware of. You need to be aware of your subconscious behavior. Once you feel like the autopilot mode is on and you're about to react, catch yourself like, hey, I'm in control now. I'm in control. We are uninstalling all the old garbage and we are reinstalling new things, new way of thinking, new way of feeling the world around us. And once you do that, we will jump into the last thing that you need to do in order to reprogram your subconscious mind. And that is really important. And that is actually getting into the feeling of the desired reality. When you are in the feeling of the desired reality, you are emitting a certain frequency, a quality. When you are in that frequency, you are becoming in universal resonance with all the things that are on the same frequency as yours. So, for example, I want you right now to close your eyes. Do it right now. We are going to try something really interesting and you will love it. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Another one. Now, I want you to ask yourself one question. How would I feel right now in this very moment knowing that I am the man or the woman that I wanted to be? Right now, not in the future, I'm talking right now. It's done right now. How would I feel right now? How do you feel? Ask yourself that question. How do you feel right now in this very moment? You will start to get a certain feeling, a certain emotion inside of you. Feeling of acceptance, of relief, of happiness. Maybe you will start to hear people congratulating you. That is perfect. This is one of the easiest ways to do it. This was done by Neville Goddard in his VIP meetings. He told his students, hey, I want you to imagine that you are on a yacht and there are two of your family members or friends coming to congratulate you. And they are happy for you and you can see their happiness. And you are getting emotional and you are feeling the feelings associated with all of that. From the premise that you are already the man or the woman that you want to be. It's already done. You got it all. All your dreams are now a reality and you are seeing them in your imagination and you are getting emotional. This will reprogram your subconscious mind to the point that you will accept it internally that you wouldn't look for it on the outer world. Once you reach that point, know that you are now a new man. Walk in that assumption. You will wake up from that visual scene or visualization and you'll be like, you know what? I don't need to look for it anymore. Why? Because you experienced it. If you are experiencing something, would you need to believe it or to look for evidence that it happened? I'm sitting on a chair. Do I need to believe that I'm sitting on a chair? I'm experiencing it. And this is the key. Most of the people in the law of attraction community, and I can't blame them because now it's overcomplicated. They are trying to make it seem difficult to be in the state of the wish fulfilled, to be in this consciousness, this awareness that you are the man or the woman that you want to be. Because in the assumption at the beginning, you feel like you are delusional. But let me tell you something. Every great champion was delusional at some point. Every single person told him, hey, you're delusional. Every single person that he knew would go on like, are you delusional? You want to be a world champion? Are you delusional? It's only delusional until you make it. Then you are a genius. So the key is to be delusional internally to the point that you believe that it's happening right now. So you don't look for it on the outer world, because the outer world is just a reflection of your inner state of being. Once your inner state of being is that of being in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, feeling is the secret. Neville was right all along. And if there is a book from Neville that I always suggest you to read, it's Feeling is the Secret, then when you get into that feeling, know that it's done. It is done. You won't look for it. You will experience it because you did internally, and the outer world will get no choice but to reflect that back to you. As within, so without. As above, so below. As in heaven, so on earth. Everything is you pushed out. The universe is you pushed out. This is what Neville Goddard meant. When you are in a state of being, the universe will reflect that back to you, whether you like it or not. This is why when you are about to fall asleep, always imagine yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and sleep therein, and watch the magic happens. Every single day you will wake up and you will be under compulsion to do certain things, certain tasks, to talk to people that you wouldn't normally talk to, and they will aid you to realize your goals in this 3D hologram. This is it, guys. I don't want you to overcomplicate it. These are the 3 steps that you need to do. Watch the video again and you will get something new out of it. Every time you hear it, you are now increasing your level of awareness. So right now, you can listen to this video one more time and you will get something new out of it. This is how it works. So I don't want you to get stuck into one point of view. No, I want you to look at it from a different angle and then look at it from a different angle. But now you have something practical to do. You have a 3-step plan in your hands that you can apply today, starting today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for another video. Don't wait for another book. Everything right now is in your own hands. If you want more techniques, I gathered all the techniques for you in a link in the description box. It's a 26-page ebook. All you need to know about how to reprogram your subconscious mind, how to actually use the techniques, what about affirmations, what about revision, all of that in that book, in that ebook, a 26-page ebook. I spent a lot of time studying this stuff. Some of the books that I read was 700 pages. Can you imagine that? But I'm here to tell you, don't overcomplicate things. You have it right now in front of you. You have it all. All you need to do now is to apply it. Don't be just a hearer of the word. Be a doer of the word. Tell me down below in the comments, what is the thing that you got out of this video? And tell me down below in the comments, what do you want to see next regarding reprogramming your subconscious mind or something else different. Now the ball is in your court. All you have to do now is to apply what I just told you about. And once you do it, believe me, your whole life will change for the better. Done.